Welcome to today's class on abstract algebra. Today we prove the theorem if D is a unique factorization domain, then D of x is a unique factorization domain. If D is a UFD, then D of x is a UFD. So for which we need some lemmas. So we prove that first. So we prove this lemma first. Let D be a unique factorization domain and let F be a field of quotients of D. Let f of x belongs to d of x where degree of f of x is greater than 0. If f of x is an irreducible in d of x, then f of x is also an irreducible in f of x. Also, if f of x is primitive in d of x and irreducible in f of x, then f of x is irreducible in d of x. So we prove this. Suppose that a non-constant f of x in d of x factors into polynomials of lower degree in f of x. That is, you are considering f of x in d of x, and suppose that f of x factors into r of x into s of x for r of x and s of x in f of x. Then since f is a field of quotients of d, each coefficients r of x and s of x is of the form a by b for some a, b belongs to d. Now we can clear the denominators and we get d into f of x is equal to r1 of x into s1 of x, where d is in d and r1 of x and s1 of x are in d of x. Coefficient of r1 of x are integers, coefficient of s1 of x are integers since we have cleared the denominator, where the degrees of r1 of x and s1 of x are degrees of r of x and s of x respectively. So by the lemma 45.23, you can take the content of f of x, that is f of x can be written as c into g of x, where c is the content of f of x and g is primitive. And similarly, r1 of x is equal to c1 into r2 of x and s1 of x is equal to c2 into f2 of x, where c1 is the content of r1, c2 is the content of s1, and r2 of x is primitive and s2 of x is primitive. So we can write f of x is equal to c into g of x, r1 of x is equal to c1 into r2 of x, s1 of x is equal to c2 into s2 of x for primitive polynomials g of x, r2 of x and s2 of x, and c1, c2, c3 belongs to the integral domain D. Then since you have seen that d into f of x is r1 of x into s of x, so you can write f of x as c into g of x. So d c into g of x is equal to c1 c2 into r1 of x is c1 into r2 of x and s1 of x is c2 into s2 of x. So c1 c2 into r2 of x into s2 of x. So you know that r2 of x and s2 of x are primitive. Therefore by Gauss lemma r2 of x into s2 of x is primitive. So by Gauss lemma r2 of x into s2 of x is primitive, and by the uniqueness part of the lemma 45.23, that is this lemma, if D is a UFD, then the element C is unique up to unity factor. So using that lemma, by uniqueness part of the lemma, C1 into C2 is equal to some DCU, where U is unit in D. But then DC into G of X is C1 C2 is DCU, so DC into U into R2 of X into S2 of X. So that is f of X is C into G of X, that is Cu into R2 of X into S2 of X. We can cancel d on both sides. So cancelling d, you will get c into g of x is equal to cu into r2 of x into s2 of x. And you know c into g of x is f of x. So f of x is c into g of x, that is equal to cu into r2 of x into s2 of x. So what we have shown is that if f of x factors non-trivially in f of x, then f of x factors non-trivially into polynomials of same degree in d of x. Thus, if f of x belongs to d of x is irreducible in d of x, then it must be irreducible in f of x. So we have seen that if f of x factors in f of x, then f of x factors in d of x. Thus, if f of x belongs to d of x is irreducible in d of x, then it must be irreducible in f of x. And a non-constant f of x in d of x, that is primitive in d of x and irreducible in f of x, is also irreducible in d of x because d of x is contained in f of x. So we are considering f of x and d of x that is primitive in d of x and irreducible in f of x. Therefore, it is irreducible in d of x also, since d of x is contained in f of x. A remark. So the previous lemma shows that if D is a unique factorization domain, then the irreducible in D of x are precisely the irreducibles in D together with non-constant primitive polynomials that are irreducible in f of x, where f is a field of quotients of D of x. Now we prove this corollary. If D is a unique factorization domain and f is field of quotients of D, then a non-constant f of x and d of x factors into a product of two polynomials of lower degrees r and s in f of x, if and only if it has a factorization into polynomials of the same degree r and s in d of x. So in the proof of the previous lemma, we have seen that if f of x factors into product of two polynomials of lower degree in f of x, then it has a factorization into polynomials of the same degree in d of x. And the converse holds since d of x is contained in f of x. Now we prove that if D is a unique factorization domain, then d of x is a unique factorization domain. So this was our basic goal. Theorem: if D is a unique factorization domain, then d of x is a unique factorization domain. Proof: you consider an f of x and d of x where f of x is neither 0 nor unit. If f of x is of degree 0, we have done, since D is a unique factorization domain, then it will be constant. Suppose that degree of f of x is greater than 0, and let f of x factorizes into g1 of x into g2 of x, etc., gr of x. That is, f of x is equal to g1 of x into g2 of x into etc., gr of x, be a factorization of f of x in d of x, having the greatest number r of factors of positive degree. Because this factorization is possible, there is such a greatest number of such factors because r cannot x degree of f of x. Now factor each gi of x in the form gi of x is equal to ci into hi of x, where ci is the content of gi of x and hi of x is a primitive polynomial. Each of hi of x is irreducible because if it could be factored, none of the factors would lie in D. Hence, all would have positive degree, leading to a corresponding factorization of gi of x, and then to a factorization of f of x with more than r factors of positive degree, contradicting our choice of r. Hi of x is irreducible because if hi of x is factorized, then the total number of factors here will be greater than r. That is contradiction to our choice that r is the greatest number of such factors. Therefore, hi of x is irreducible. Thus, we now have f of x is equal to c1 into h1 of x. We know that c1 is the content of g1, c2 is the content of g2, and cr is the content of gr, and h1 of x is the corresponding primitive polynomial to g1 of x. So f of x can be written as c1 into h1 of x, c2 into h2 of x, etc., cr into hr of x, where the hi of x are irreducible in d of x. Now we factorize ci into irreducibles in d. We obtain a factorization of f of x into product of irreducibles in d of x. So if we factorize c1 into product of irreducibles, as a whole we are getting f of x factorized into irreducibles and irreducible polynomials in d of x. So it has a factorization into f of x has a factorization into irreducibles. Now it is enough to show that this factorization is unique. The factorization of f of x in d of x, where f of x has degree 0, is unique since D is a unique factorization domain. Because if f of x has degree 0, we are getting a constant. So that can be uniquely factorized since D is a UFD. If f of x has degree greater than 0, we can view any factorization of f of x into irreducibles in d of x as factorization of f of x into units. That is, the factors in D and irreducible polynomials in f of x. This is by the previous lemma. And by theorem 23.20, these polynomials are unique except for possible constant factors in f. But as an irreducible in d of x, each polynomial of degree greater than 0 appearing in the factorization of f of x in d of x is primitive. By the uniqueness part of the lemma 45.23, this shows that these polynomials are unique in d of x up to unit factors, that is, associates. The product of irreducibles in D in the factorization of f of x is the content of f of x, which is again unique up to a unit factor by lemma 45.23. Thus, all irreducibles in D of x appearing in the factorization are unique up to order and associates. Now we prove this corollary. If f is a field and x1, x2, etc., xn are indeterminates, then f of x1, x2, etc., xn is a unique factorization domain. So we have f of x1 is a UFD by the previous theorem. So f of x1 of x2, that is f of x1, x2 is a unique factorization domain. So continuing this procedure by induction, we see that f of x1, x2, etc., xn is a UFD. Now, we have seen that every PID is a UFD, but not every UFD is a PID. For example, let f be a field and let x and y be indeterminates, then f of xy is a UFD by the previous corollary. Consider the set n of all polynomials in x and y in f of xy having constant term 0. Then n is an ideal but not a principal ideal. F of xy is not a principal ideal domain. Another example is the Z of x. Z of x is a UFD but not a principal ideal domain. Now we do some problems. So this is the first question. Factor the polynomial 4x square minus 4x plus 8 into product of irreducibles, viewing as an element of the integral domain Z of x, integral domain Q of x, and in the integral domain Z11 of x. Answer. First in Z of x. We have 4x square minus 4x plus 8. This is equal to 4 into x square minus x plus 2. So this is 2 into x square minus x plus 2. And taking the discriminant of this, you can see that the zeros of this polynomial is complex number, so it is an irreducible in Z of x. So this is the factorization of 4x square minus 4x plus 8 into product of irreducibles in Z of x. In Q of x, 4x square minus 4x plus 8 is an irreducible. This is because since the 4x square minus 4x plus 8 has only complex roots. We discuss the factorization in Z11 of x. We have Z11 is 0, 1, 2, etc. up to 10. And the polynomial is P of x is 4x square minus 4x plus 8. On inspection from these numbers, we can see that x equal 5 is a 0. 4 into 5 square minus we have minus 4 into 5 plus 8. This is equal to 100 minus 20 plus 8. So this is 88. So that is equal to 0 in Z11. Therefore, x minus 5 is a factor. Now you divide with x minus 5. So you will get 4x square minus 4x plus 8 divided by x minus 5. So this is 4x into 4x square minus 20x So this is 16x. 16x is actually 5x plus 8. So plus 5 into 5x minus 25. So this we are getting 33. 33 is actually equal to 0 in set 11. Therefore 4x square minus 4x plus 8 can be factorized as 4x plus 5 into x minus 5. So this is a factorization. And you know that 4 is a unit, 5 is a unit, since 11 is a prime. 4 is a relatively prime to 11, 5 is a relatively prime to 11. And you can verify this by multiplying 4x plus 5, 4x plus 5 into x minus 5. This is equal to 4x square plus 5x minus 20x minus 25. So this is 4x square. You will get minus 15x, so that is actually equal to 4x minus 4x plus minus 25 is actually equal to minus 3. And you know minus 3 is actually equal to plus 8. So this is 4x square minus 4x plus 8. So this is a factorization of 4x square minus 4x plus 8 in set 11 of x. In set 11 of x. Now we do this question. Prove that if P is a prime in an integral domain D, then P is an irreducible. So answer, let P be a prime in D. Suppose that P equal to AB for some A, B belongs to D. Then AB equal to 1 into P. So this implies P divides AB. So this implies P divides A or P divides B, since P is a prime. Suppose P divides A, then A equal to some P into C. Therefore P equal to 1 into P. This implies this is equal to AB, and A is P into C into B. So this implies P equal to PCB. So this implies 1 equal to CB. So this implies B is a unit. So if P divides A, then B is a unit. Similarly, if P divides B, then A is a unit. That is, we have started with P equal to A into B. So P equal to A into B implies either A or B is a unit. Therefore, P is an irreducible. Now you do this problem as homework. Prove that if P is an irreducible in a UFD, then P is a prime.